Hello guys! Are you also struggling with making gold in the war within? You are not alone. I get a lot of questions on how to make gold right now. What is the best profession? How should I make my first gold? I want to make a gold cap. I want to get rich in World of Warcraft. I want to have enough gold to be able to buy my consumes, etc. in the next patch. So in today's video, I was thinking we will talk a little bit on how I would go about to make my first gold cap in the war within starting right now. So if I were low on gold right now and started fresh and maybe had below 500k gold, I would actually start by trying to get some liquid gold before getting into any other kind of gold making. So the first thing I would prioritize would definitely be to get a farming character. So there are a couple of different ways you can farm in the war within right now. One of them is definitely dual gathering with mining and herbalism. Right now I am actually building myself a dual gathering character and we will see how it goes with that. I have also a farming character set up with inscription and tailoring, which can be really good if you want to farm cloth and darkmoon cards. You can also farm open world stuff with inscription and tailoring, which is also very good. And you can also make a character with skinning, which is also pretty good. In terms of how much gold you can make right now with gathering professions and farming professions has actually been increasing a little bit. We have seen prices go up quite a lot lately with people speculating on the new patch and investing, so prices has gone up. Right now I can definitely say that most farms like dual gathering or doing tailoring and inscription, farming in the open world, doing the dark flame cleft, or even the skinning farm if you do that one in group, you are actually able to pull like 20 to 30k gold an hour, which might not seem a lot to you depending on how you feel about it, but it has definitely increased the last like week or so when prices has gone up, and we might even see prices go up a little bit more for a while because people is really speculating about the next patch and investing, so prices has gone up already. So this is basically something that I would do until I hit 500k gold. If your goal is to hit 10 million gold, aka a gold cap, then I would definitely try to farm myself 500k gold so I have something to use in my professions and in the next stuff that we are going to talk about now. So unless you are big into farming and want to farm yourself all the way up to 10 million gold, I would actually suggest you to get started with two different professions when you have hit like around the 500k mark. Why I say 500k is good, it is because that will put you in a very good position in terms of having liquid gold, because leveling up professions will cost you some gold. I'm not really sure what leveling up two professions right now to max skill and getting your max equipment etc would cost, but I would say I think you should be able to get two profession up to 100 skill with a good setup with 100k gold, and that would leave you with 400k liquid gold left. And having 400k gold and to maximize profession actually is a quite good spot. Then you can actually invest your gold into the profession and get a solid return. Because if you have too little gold, it will be so much of a hassle to actually increase that amount. Because let's say you had 50k gold and you craft for 50k, then you need to sell all of the stuff for 50k. And right now in the war within crafting professions, if you do it on your own server, like we are going to talk about right now, maybe you will end up with 10% margins, maybe 15% margins. So investing 50k might give you a 5k return or a little bit more. So that's why it's really important to have a lot of gold, because the more you can invest, the more you can make, right? So actually in this point of the expansion, when I'm making this video, I would actually suggest you to get two professions. One of them being inscription, because I think that inscription will be quite future proof. I think that we will see inscription being quite good in the upcoming patch because there are some new crafts coming. It is coming a new contract. We will see a new Vantus rune, etc. So I think it's maybe the most future-proof profession right now. So if you're getting started with professions and don't have professions already, I probably would go with inscription. And the second profession I would go on that tune would be enchanting as well. Enchanting is really easy to set up. You can catch up on enchanting in like 2 hours, fully set up, get best specialization, because enchanting is right right now offering the best catch-up system where you can get all of the catch-up knowledge really fast. If you don't know how to do it, you can check my artisan security video out on the channel. But this profession you can get set up so fast and so easy. It's also fairly cheap to get on going. With enchanting, you will be able to do stuff such as gleaming shattering for some passive gold to get some cheaper mats as well if you want to go into crafting. For example, if you want to craft enchants and stuff, you can turn gleaming shards into storm dust and get better margins that way. And why I suggested to go enchanting is just because it is so easy to set up, and you will have to do it on your character either way, because the enchantal shuffle, as we call it, or the catch up, will grant you a lot of artisan security, which you will need to buy all of your tools for both professions. And actually in inscription, to make inscription profitable, you will need two different tools. You will need one resourcefulness tool, which you will use when you're milling, and you will use one multicraft tool, which you will use when you are crafting. So it is actually really important to get the two tools in inscription, hence why enchanting can set you up with a lot of artisan security to get inscription ready. So probably I wouldn't actually get this full setup for enchanting at the start. I wouldn't buy the tools and accessories. I would prioritize getting it for inscription and then slowly working on enchanting if you don't have enough artisan security for that. And with inscription, actually right now you can make quite some nice gold as well with just milling, making inks, making reagents, going further and further. So I think that is a good, decent setup, and I think this is definitely the two professions that I would start making gold with. And also those professions is quite good if you were into concentration crafts. Like you get the concentration now in this expansion, which you can use to actually increase your skill when crafting certain crafts, which will up your crafting profits a lot on certain good high-end crafts. As you can see, it goes from red to green just by using concentration. This regenerates over time, but you will be able to do some extra crafts each week to make some extra profits. Same in inscription. Both of them is actually really decent in concentration. So I think this is a great base setup for you to be able to use the 400k you have left after you have set up your two professions. So the road to 10 million gold is not going to be quick. Getting 10 million gold right now in this time of an expansion, it is not that easy as it is in the start of an expansion if you have some gold to start with. But I am going to take you into two of my favorite gold making methods now, which you can scale, and you can make so much more gold with those two methods than your crafting professions. But for you, as only having the 400k gold, I think you should dab into all three of this, or at least two of this. So I think you should keep going with your profession, then picking one of the other two different methods that I'm going to talk about right here. They are going to be a little bit more advanced. They are going to require a little bit more work to set up, but when they are going, they are actual money printers, and this is how I'm right now pretty much making 2 million gold a week. For me, it is really easy since I have it set up already. For this gold making method, I hope you will not be scared away now. I hope you will be open-minded and be ready to try this out, even though it might look like something that is way advanced. I would say it is not more advanced than using regular profession gold making right now. This is easy. You just need to learn it, and you just need to try it out to see how good it is. The one thing that I am talking about right here is actually selling non-region wide items on a lot of different servers. So as you guys probably know by now, the auction house is region wide on items such as reagents, materials, everything that is stackable in your bag pretty much is region wide. However, gears, toys, mount, all of the stuff is actually not region wide, and it is going to be server specific. So as you might understand, there are going to be different prices on all the different servers. So what I do to make millions of gold every week is I craft my items on Draenor when I can craft them at the cheapest possible values, and I spread them out to so many realms over the whole region and sell them for way more gold on every region. This is such a gold printer right now. The game has not adjusted to the warbank yet. I do not know if it ever will. We will have to see. I think there is always going to be price differences on all servers until every item gets region wide, and I don't even think that will happen. This is one of the things right now that you should take advantage of and that you should be doing to make a lot of gold. So if you were to take, for example, the 100, 200k of the 400k that we talked about earlier and invest it into crafting stuff on your other characters if you have more professions than the one we just talked about. If you only have those two professions, you can craft profession gear in those two professions and spread out on a lot of servers. You will see sales come in, but you won't have that many items. I have all of the professions set up so I can craft every item, and I am able to sell a lot of stuff every day. So I'm posting once every day for 12 hours. I log in the next day, collect all of my mails, collect the gold, collect the expires, and I just repost. I'm currently doing this on 65 servers. You can do it on less. You can do it on up to 90 servers pretty much per region. The more you scale it, the more gold you're going to make. You can make it in your own way, how hard you want to go. So I would say, I'm not completely sure on this yet because I haven't done any stats, but I would say that you are selling between 1 to 5% of your items every day. I would say probably not 1%. That sounds very low, but you are probably selling somewhere of up to like 5% of your items every day. So if you guys can imagine, if you have 10 items, you're not even statistically going to sell one item every day, right? However, I have up to like, I think 4,000 or 5,000 items in total on all across the servers. So I will actually get a lot of sales as you can imagine, and will make millions every week. So this is how you can like scale it up. I know this can sound a little bit hard. I have very good simple beginner videos on this on my channel that you can watch. I cannot like include exactly how you can do it now because that would be a video for itself, and I have made it already and that would be too long. But basically what I do is I craft profession equipment on Draenor, my main realm. I put them into the war bank. I withdraw them on other servers and post them there for way more. I have margins of minimum 300% ish set in my groups. So I will not go with small margins. I will only post items that has a crazy margin. So I will make a lot of gold doing this way, and it is so good, guys, and I hope you guys want to try it out. I will be here to help you. So if you have any questions, join my Discord, ask me in the comments, do whatever. I will respond. I will try to help you. We are already a few in the community who has set this up now, but I can tell you the cake is not fully eaten. There is a lot of profit for you guys to take advantage of, and we are all ready to share, of course. Just be sure, guys, do not undercut when you start this. If you do that, you are going to ruin the market for yourself, and you're going to burn out because you are going to make so much less gold. And we will also, of course, make less gold if undercuts starts to come in too hard. So I would never undercut. I would just go with the set prices and not even post when they are too low. But I go more into detail in that in the other video. So I hope you're not too scared trying out this method of selling stuff across the server. Now I talked very heavily on the professional equipment, of course, because that is one niche that I am heavy into right now. However, you can go into anything. You can craft mounts. You can craft toys. I craft a lot of toys as well. The engineering toys from the current patch is selling like crazy. There are probably old expansion toys that you can craft. There are probably so much stuff that I don't even know about that you can craft, put on multiple realms, and make so much gold. There is no limit to this. Like, this is so fun as well because you can find new items and you see that they work and you make so much gold on them. You can buy them for 100 gold, sell them for 10,000 gold. You can do whatever you want with this method, and this is crazy good. So I highly recommend you to try this out, and let me know if you want to try it and you don't really understand how, and I can try to help you. So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is a little bit similar to the other one, and that is flipping. So basically buying stuff and selling it for more. I wouldn't be afraid of this one either because I went in on this as a fresh as well on a fresh account, and I managed to make 2 million golds in just so quick. I have a challenge and I have videos on this as well, of course. I really recommend you guys to try this out. And what I have done then is now went hard into flipping different stuff on NA because I just made a fresh account to try this out. So I buy stuff cheap and sell them for more on other servers. So it's basically the same as crafting and selling on other servers. However, here I am only like buying because I don't have any crafters. This can look a little bit scary as well because you think of flipping as something that maybe only rich guys do, that you need to have a lot of gold to do. But I would say you absolutely do not have to have a lot of gold to do this. If you start start with 100k gold, investing 100k gold into purchasing stuff and moving them to other servers and selling, you will have already there for 100k, you will have a bunch of items to sell on different servers. And if you have a bunch of items, you will start seeing sales. It's pretty much the same as earlier. 1 to 5% maybe of your items is selling every day. I would say that if profession equipment is selling like 5%, probably this stuff that I am doing. I'm mostly doing recipes, by the way, guys, the War Within recipes, but I would say that those maybe sell at like 3%. But the margin on recipes can be so huge. I bought stuff for 2k, sold for 150k. Like, the recipes is so insane, guys, and I really want you guys to understand how good they are. You can make so much gold with it. So as you guys can see here, for example, I have sold a cloak for 71k, a competitor's cloak. This one I bought them for an average of 3.8k, and you see I sold one for 142k and one for 71k. That is just absolutely crazy, as you guys can see. And this is not something that I am lucky with. Like, those high sales are lucky. You will see them very rarely, but getting regular sales with flipping and the recipes is actually not rare. It's so insane, and it is so good. So I highly recommend you guys to try this out as well. I have videos on this as well, and I can help you out if you want to get started. I can even give you some example of items if you want to, but I will not talk about that here either, because that will also take too much time. This video is already long. So buying stuff cheap and selling, and of course it is using the warbank, moving stuff again as usual. I just want to quickly let you guys know here that I use a auction house website to check for prices. This is completely free, and you can just go to the website and check. You have all the NA servers here, you have all the EU servers, you have all the servers, and if you search for an item, you are actually able to see how much it's worth on all of your servers, on all of your region. This is the tool I use to find cheap stuff. Let's, for example, I would like to buy the Garn Night Owl here. I can press that item, I can scroll down to the bottom, I see a list here, I sort by price, and I can see where the cheapest ones are found. So they are found on Staghelm right now, Ravencrest, and you can see the list of all the items here. It is on Drakari for as expensive as 3.4k. So this is the website. You probably know about it already, but if you don't, it's called Undermine Exchange. Everything is obviously linked in the description of this video. So getting to 10 million gold, guys, is not an easy path, and it is not something that you will do in 2 days. This is something that you will have to invest some time into, and you will have to see it as a marathon, not a sprint. I highly suggest you guys to tap into all of the stuff I talked about today. Maybe not both flipping and crafting for multiple realms. Maybe go with one of them, like crafting or flipping, whatever you feel like. But that is something that I really recommend. If you guys want any more information on that, just let me know, as I said. But those are definitely ways that you would crush your way to 10 million gold if you are going hard on them. I can tell you that if you go hard on those methods, you will make 10 million gold faster than all of your friends. So I hope that this video has given you some insight on how I would go about to make my first 10 million gold. Please let me know what you think about the video in the comments below. Please leave a like on the video as well, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!